You never know. You never know. Hey, how you doing? This is Dave Olney. You Never Know is the name of the shoe. And this is actually me. It's not the stand-in double that I usually send when I'm out on the road. This is me. And but I am going out on the road. I'm going out to fly out to Idaho. Is that where I'm going? And meet with Sergio, and we're going to play some gigs out there, specifically Saturday, the Sapphire Room in Boise, Idaho. That's connected with the Idaho Songwriters Association. And then Tuesday, the Ricochet House Concert, Salt Lake City, and / Sandy. And you know what I'm talking about. I hope you do, because I don't. Sandy is the person running the... Sandy is...
Utah.
Sandy, Utah. Sandy, Utah. Used to be... he was the sidekick of... the original sidekick for Hopalong Cassidy and his buddy Sandy, Utah. Okay, here's a... Look at that. There's the Mark Gherkin poster. Cool as always. Mark Gherkin. It may turn out in years to come, and that sifting through the rubble of this, what we laughingly refer to as a civilization, they will find out that the whole thing really was building up to Mark Gherkin and these posters. They're beautiful. Okay, so last weekend, this past weekend, I played in Balsam Mountain, North Carolina with Marshall Chapman and Malcolm Holcomb. Had a great time. Just Marilee Teasley, who runs the place. It's this old inn. There's like no air conditioning. There is no TV. It's just like the way this place was 100 years ago. And it's really nice. I really had a great time. Me and my wife Keena went down there, and it was very cool. Okay, one other thing. There's a new... I'm going to try this out. This is Unusual Baseball Facts. The first rules of baseball made it a requirement that the winning team had to score 21 runs. Whoa. Well, that deserves an even more... Here we go. Babe Ruth, arrested for speeding, was sentenced to a day in jail, but was released in time to play the last 3 innings of a game and given a police escort to the ballpark. Shocking! A Hall of Fame infielder, Rogers Hornsby, considered one of the greatest right-hand batters of all times, never went to the movies or read a book in fear that they would impair his vision. And therefore, he was as dumb as a rock. Okay, let's get to the musical portion of our show. All right, here we go. Putting 2 songs together here. This magic moment, so different and so new, was like any other. Until I kissed you, and then it happened. It took me by surprise. I knew that you felt it too. By the look in your eyes, sweeter than wine, softer than a summer's night. Everything I want, I have. Whenever I hold you tight, lips so close to mine will last forever, forever till the end of time. We meet in this burnt-out cafe where the old man still plays on his sad violin. My love, we must not miss this chance. We must love, we must dance this night away. Tonight they will light up the skies, the flames roaring high, the shells moaning low, and the bullets will whine in a cruel symphony for you and for me. We dance in this heaven, this hell. You and I know it well. In each other's arms, my love. We have been here before, in this garden of love, in this garden of war. Tonight they will light up the sky, the flames roaring high, the shells moaning low, and the bullets will whine in a cruel symphony for you and for me. Tonight they will light up the sky, the flames roaring high, the shells moaning low, and the bullets will whine in a cruel symphony for you and for me. In a cruel symphony for you and for me. In a cruel symphony for you and for me. All right, cool. Made it through. All right, so this magic moment, originally done by the Drifters with Benny King singing, and it was written by Mort Schumann and Doc Pomus, and of course Jay and the Americans did it later on, but the killer version, of course, is the Drifters. And it just struck me that would be kind of a cool way to do this other song called Cruel Symphony, which I made up with my friend John Hadley. I came in with the idea, which I just read this book about a war correspondent who was saying that Chris Hedges, I believe his name is, and he'd covered the Yugoslav War, probably the Vietnam War, maybe, but definitely the Yugoslav War, but other wars in Africa and South America. And he was saying that the journalists, they get addicted to this heightened sensibility of following these wars around. and they will have these torrid affairs with other journalists, and they never last, but they're, you know, hot stuff while they're going on, because you're covering a war. All your senses are heightened, but it can never, once you go back to civilian life, they can't, you know, maintain that kind of heat. You know, it's just, you know, there has to be a war going on for it to really have meaning. So that's what that song is about. Tonight They Will Light Up the Sky. I really had a picture of, you know, when we bombed, you know, in the Iraq War, on that first night, and everyone was jumping up and down, shock and awe and all that bullshit. You know, there were journalists covering that, and after they covered it, they probably all went home and had, you know, rip-roaring sex. So there you go with that. So yeah, so I hope you're doing good, and I'll see you next time around.
You never know. You never know.